it is done. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the highest paid baseball player in the history of sports. $35.7 million, $500 million over 14 years. The tax money is going to Vladimir Guerrero. Every citizen of Canada will be contributing to Vladimir Guerrero's contract and taxes. I promise you that. The ownership opened their pocketbooks, and we have given the superstar in Toronto $500 million for 14 years to be the face of the franchise, but 15 years, including last year of the current contract. So we are going to have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. this entire franchise mode, unless we end up trading him, but I doubt we do that. I looked at everything, and you know what? I decided we're not going to trade him. We're going to keep him. Player, a 90 overall at 25 in his prime. I mean, his stats, he hit 323 last year. I mean, he's just been a really consistently good player. Good slugging, good RBIs, homers. You know, I just think it would be ridiculous to trade away a player of his caliber when it comes to his talent. So, absolute, it was a no-brainer to pay him. Now, we hope that he can become an MVP, Silver Sluggers. He already has All-Star appearances in 4 straight years, a 4-time All-Star, Gold Glove, All-Star MVP, Home Run Derbies, 2 Silver Sluggers, and a Hank Aaron. We're hoping that he can add an MVP, a playoff MVP, all of those things at some point in his career. So that's the bombshell to start the video. Vladdy Jr. is starting his career here in Toronto. But without further ado, I think it's time we get into some baseball, baby. Let's hop right in to opening day versus the Orioles. So here we are, opening day here in Toronto. The Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. You know, I never get tired of MLB's presentation. I think they have some of the best presentation in all of sports gaming, and I never get tired of it. But here we are, the beautiful Rogers Center here in Canada, and there is that man, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the $500 million man. God, has so much money. They project us to be third in the AL East with 87 wins. If we win 87 games, I will throw a pizza party. I just don't see us winning 87 games, not with having a 60 overall in our lineup. But here we go. There is our starting pitcher. I believe that is Kevin Gausman, baby. Here we go. On the mound, opening day for Toronto. You know what? I really don't know what to expect this season. I just hope Vladdy and Bo Bichette do good, get back on track with their development, and we just have a good old fun time. Gausman on the release, and that one's going to be smashed by Cedric Mullins. It's going to be it to the outfield, and that's going to be a routine play for George Springer over there in left field. Yeah, I really don't know what to expect from this team in year one. Should be very interesting to see. And that's going to be a strikeout of the first strikeout of the season as Gunnar Henderson goes down on the splitter at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch there from Gausman to get him out on that strikeout. 14 pitch first inning, Gausman so far, 2 outs. And that's going to be a nice fastball in there on the outside corner. Here comes the pitch. And that one's going to be hit pretty well deep to center field. It's carrying, but not going to carry enough. And that is going to be the first inning out of the way for your Toronto Blue Jays as Kevin Gausman throws 15, 16 pitches, only gives up a hit, but gets 1 up, 3 down for Kevin Gausman. But here we go. First hitting lineup of the season. We've got Andrés Giménez up for the Blue Jays in the first inning. That one's gonna be smashed deep. You can forget about that one. And that is a home run. 429-foot absolute nuke for Andrés Giménez in the first pitch he sees of the season. My goodness, that one was absolutely pimped by Andrés Giménez. Wow. What a way to start the season for Andrés Giménez. Absolute nuke to right center field. I mean, good Lord have mercy, that ball had a family, and it was absolutely smashed right down the middle, and you can forget about that one. That is all she wrote there. What a start to the season. 430 feet. Absolute nuke there from Andrés Giménez. That one, we'll remember that one going forward. Good Lord have mercy. That was nice. And that is going to do it on opening day. Your Toronto Blue Jays are going to fall to the Baltimore Orioles 4-1. The Orioles pitching was really good. That first inning was a short-lived victory for the Blue Jays. So we are going to fall to 0-1 on the campaign. 6 to 8 hits, actually. We just couldn't drive runners in. We left a lot of guys on. So we dropped the first series to the Orioles, start 1-3. Not a good look. So, but we're going to have this series coming up against the Washington Nationals, and we've got another situation. So that means we are going to hop right in. So here we are, bottom of the 7th inning, runners on second and first. We have a chance to take the lead in this game. Will Wagner's up to bat. That's going to take that one low in the zone for a walk. So the bases are loaded now. And here's Kirk up to bat. Can he make some noise? Can we go ahead and get another big win to start the year? That's going to be a strike, just touching the edge of the plate. It's a 1-1 count now for Kirk. Bases loaded. Williams is set. Here comes the pitch, and Kirk is going to rip that one. That's going to be caught, but it should be able to get a run home. And here comes the throw to the plate, and it's not in time. So your Toronto Blue Jays are going to tie the game there on the sacrifice fly from Kirk. But now we still have guys on. 0-1 count. That one's going to be fouled off. So big chance here for the Jays to score a run to take the lead. So we're going to see if Davis Schneider can bat one in here. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be hit through the middle. That should be a base hit. They're going to round third. It's going to be a good throw. The throw to the plate. He dives, and he's out. What a play there by the catcher. The throw was offline, but he's able to dive and make the out of the plate. Oh my goodness, what a play. Just an absolute launch of a throw, and what a great play by the catcher to dive there, and he just gets Vladdy there. What a crazy play at the plate, as we're going to get a really good look at it right here. So Vladdy Jr. running down the baseline. The catcher's going to dive, and he just gets him. I mean, it is by the skin of their teeth. But here we go, 3-1 count now. Bo Bichette up to bat again here in the 8th inning. And that one's going to be right in there for a strike. So a full count now. We're going to see if Bo Bichette can drive this runner in from first. He's going to be running here, so Bo's going to have a chance to make a big hit here. And he's going to foul that one off. So really don't want to start a huge losing streak here at the beginning of the year. We really need to get off to a good start and continue to put some wins up early here, as Bo is going to crush that one. That one's deep. It's to the wall, and it gets down. That's easily going to score the runner, and Bo's going to be in there with an RBI double. So a huge hit from Bo Bichette. Need him to have a big year this year. Had a down year last year, but he's had multiple years of really solid production, so we really need Bo this year to come through and have a good season. The team really relies on Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. If those two guys don't have a good year, we are not going to have a good team. So 2-1 lead now, and now Vladdy's up at the plate. Can Vladimir Guerrero Jr. have a big hit? That one's going to be fouled off. It's going to be a 1-2 count now. So I think this video, we're going to just try to get through the first month of the season, and then we're going to evaluate how we're doing after that. So that one's fouled off once again. So I don't know how fast I want to take this series, but I think for at least, I think I can maybe do about 3 videos per every regular season. We'll go through about a month and a half, a month and a half, a month and a half-ish of through the whole season. I think that'll be good. Vladimir Guerrero just misses that one. Could have been a homer. He just missed that fastball. So again, I don't think we're going to make the playoffs in year 1. I highly doubt it, but we can just have a good competitive season, you know, try to get to 500. I'll be pretty satisfied with that. But that's going to be a hit up the middle by Vladdy. That should score the run. The throw is going to be cut off, so Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero with huge RBIs here in the 8th inning. Our best players getting it done. The $500 million man gets it done on that single up the middle. So good to see the top players producing early here for Toronto. So now we got top of the 9th with 2 outs. Can we close the deal? It's an 0-2 count now. Jeff Hoffman on the mound trying to close this thing out for Toronto. Can the Blue Jays get a huge win here versus the Nationals? He sets Hoffman, the pitch. That one's going to be grounded up the middle. Bo Bichette's going to field it. He's going to make the routine play to first, and that's going to be victory for your Toronto Blue Jays. So a huge win there in a tie game, and we rally with 2 hits from our big guys, Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and we are going to pick up a huge 3-2 victory. Didn't hit that well, but we got the clutch hits, and that is all that mattered. The big clutch hitting from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette. We didn't hit that well that game, but our big guys were getting it done early. So now if we start looking at the draft this year, I think for the Blue Jays, we really got to put an emphasis on starting pitching just because the starting pitching in this organization is just god awful. It's just the only way to put it. Ricky Tiedemann is the only pitching prospect that we have that is reliable, and Tiedemann is only like a B potential. He's not even going to be an ace or anything like that. We don't, at least I don't think so. So the Blue Jays do not have that many pitching prospects, and we could also use another third baseman and an outfielder. But as we start looking through this draft class, there's a lot of interesting guys. There's quite a lot of starting pitching here at the top of this class. Some guys that look really good potentially. So hopefully our scouts can scout them well and discover some stuff, but definitely going to put an emphasis on starting pitching in this draft for sure. There are a few guys that look good here. But Steven McDaniel also caught my attention as I am looking towards catcher in the future. He's got some good potential. He's ranked 16, so if we end up wanting to go catcher, that's an option there. So now we have another series going up against the New York Mets, and we are going to hop into this situation here with two guys on and the top of the 8th inning. So here we go. Two guys on base, no outs. Can the Blue Jays come up clutch here and rally to win this game? So we got Anthony Santander up to the plate, who's had a really good start to the season. He's 2 for 3 in this game, batting .306. So if Santander can come through with another clutch hit, he will continue his hot start to the season. So looks like our top hitters are doing pretty well. And Santander's going to put that one down the line. It's going to go over the second baseman's head. That's going to be an error. That's going to score the run from third or from second. So a huge error there. Santander puts it in play, and then the throw goes offline to the second baseman. So that is a huge error there from the Mets, and it keeps the door open now for the Blue Jays to come out and win this game. That one's going to be hit up the middle by Dalton Varsho, and the throw to the plate is going to be... No, they're not going to send the runners. Now we have the bases loaded here now with nobody out, and the Mets are going to make a pitching change. They are going to put in a new pitcher. It's going to be Jose Buto. So now the bases are loaded for Kirk. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tie game. This is a huge at-bat here for the Jays. Can we come back and get another win here early in the season? Really need our clutch hitting to step up. It's been good so far. Can we continue it? Kirk takes 2 outside pitches, 2 good takes. Not batting great with runners in scoring position to start the year, but having a decent average so far. He's 2 for 2 in this game. So we're going to see if he can have a huge hit here or just drive the runners in. That one's going to be hit well to right field. Should be deep enough to score the run. Good job getting the ball in the air there for Kirk and not putting it on the ground. That should easily score the run from third, and it does as Vladdy gets to the plate. So big at bat there by Kirk to get the run home. And now we've got the veteran George Springer up to bat. What can he do? Can he give us another insurance run here? That would be huge if we can get another run here. That could ice the game potentially, as Springer's going to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Wow, he does it right to the pitcher. It works to perfection, and the Jays are going to small ball it up and get another run there. So it's a 4-2 lead for the Blue Jays. So good job by them, and that's all she wrote in this game. So a 4-2 win with 11 hits for your Jays. 11 hits in this game. So the bats are looking very solid early here for the Blue Jays. We only gave up 2 hits, but they were 2 runs, so they could have been probably a home run in there as well. So, a good job by the Jays. Good start to the season so far. It seems like we're hitting pretty solid. Just got to keep stacking up some wins. We are 6-4 to start the year. Now we've got a series coming up, the Boston Red Sox. We lose that game 10-0, 3-11, 7-5. So 2 bad losses, and we rally back with a win. And now we have a chance to hop into this game, and we are going to blow that game. Wow, we were up 4-1, and we blow that game. So a bad series there versus the Red Sox. And we are going to lose to the Orioles again. So, yeah, not a good week here for the Jays, taking a lot of losses. Now we are 7-9. So looking at some of the averages, looking pretty decent. Vladdy's not doing that great. Santander is absolutely crushing right now, 6 homers already. So the averages are not where we want them to be. The hitting kind of cooled down. So really need our hitting to pick up here. But Santander is looking like he is on a tear this season. The pitching has been less than ideal. really high ERAs to start the year from the starting pitching staff. And like I said, the weakness on this team is the starting pitching. The starting pitching is just not the greatest. So if we're going to have a downfall this year, it's going to be the starting pitching. But here we go. Another game versus the Orioles. Let's see if we can rally back and get a win here. Springer is going to take low for a ball there. So sucks that we've lost so many games this last week. We blew a few. So we got to try to get some wins here and counter the losses, as Springer is going to strike out there on that fastball. So we blow a chance there, and now we've got 2 runners on in the 9th inning against Felix Bautista, the good closer, as he gets a strike there against Andres Jimenez. So we've just got a lot going wrong right now. We're just striking out, not putting balls in play. The averages aren't looking the best, but let's see if we can take advantage of this. That one's going to be low. Felix Bautista is a really good closer, but we got 2 guys on, so we really need to at least get a run here. I would really consider bunting the guy over here. I don't know why they aren't doing that, as Jimenez is going to miss that fastball low, or slider, whatever it was, I can't tell. But man, I don't know why we're not bunting in this situation. Move that guy from second over to third. So Springer's going to strike out, or Jimenez is going to strike out, so Bautista's going to get his first out. Only needs 2 more now to close out the game. That was a really good pitch, and Jimenez just was not able to put a good swing on it. So 1 out now, and now the double play is very much alive. Jimenez just misses that low, just absolutely blew it by him. 2-1 count now for Bo Bichette. He's 2 for 4. Can he come up clutch for us? Bo is just going to miss that one. He's going to pull it foul. So a 2-2 count now for Bo. Can he come up clutch, or is he going to fall victim to the blazing arm of Felix Bautista? That pitch is going to be a strikeout, 100 miles per hour, inside part of the plate. So it is not looking good right now. Felix Bautista has found it here in the 9th inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to watch that one on the outside. So that's a good take there from Vladdy. Let's see if Vladdy can do something clutch. Ooh, that one's outside. 3-2 count with the game on the line. Can Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the $500 million man, come through? Here's the pitch, and he just fouls that one off. So that's going to be a good take there to foul that one off and not strike out. But come on, Vladdy. I believe in you, bud. That one's going to be fouled off. He's just missing these. Really, really wish he could have put one of those pitches into play to give us a chance. But here we go. Bautista sets the pitch. That one's going to be ripped foul. That was the one right there, Vladdy. That was the pitch you had to hit. But you pulled it foul. 3-2 count again. We will do it again. Here's the set, the pitch, and that one's going to be fouled off. So Vladdy is just not being able to get on this fastball right now, and Bautista is just dealing them on the inside, forcing him to hit him. But here we go, the pitch, and that one's going to be a strikeout. Vladdy chases, and Bautista sits down 3 straight guys in the 9th inning, and that's going to be a loss for your Toronto Blue Jays. Just a missed opportunity there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had a few good pitches to put in play, and he just whiffed on them. Unfortunate there for Vladdy. So now we're looking 14-14. We picked up some wins against Houston, against Seattle, so we are looking a little bit better now, and now we have a chance to hop in here versus the Red Sox. So a 3-2 game, going up against another really high-velocity closer in Aroldis Chapman. We're going to see if we can make anything happen here, as that one is going to be low. Santander is having an absolute insane start to the season, so it's really good to see the free agent acquisition Santander hitting well, hitting home runs, getting some RBIs. He's just doing everything right now for the Jays. One of the only players that's even doing anything right now. So let's see if Santander can have a magical at bat versus Aroldis Chapman. It's going to be a 3-0 count now, as Chapman, kind of known to have some control issues at sometimes. So let's see if Santander can maybe work a walk here or find a pitch and put it into the stands. That one's going to be middle low, and Santander is going to watch that pitch go. So come on, Santander, let's get a hit here. Here comes Chapman again. That one is going to be fouled off to make it 3-2 count. So we went from 3-0 to 3-2. Let's see if Santander can stick with it and get a hit, or is Chapman going to win this battle? Here comes the pitch. That one is going to be hit well, but it's going to be right to the outfielder, 104 miles per hour line out. That is unfortunate. That was a good at-bat by Santander, but it's not going to result in a hit, unfortunately. So We are down to 2 more outs now in the ninth, as Dalton Varsho is going to come up in the bottom of the ninth. We're going to see if he can do anything to keep us alive here, as Chapman is going to stay in the game. Here's the pitch just outside. So Chapman still got his elite velocity, but the control is kind of all over the place. So let's see if we can get a hit off of him. Varsho, that one is going to be a really great pitch there by Chapman, right on the outside part of the plate. So Chapman is putting him in there. He's trying not to lose his control, but that was a good pitch. That one was a great one as well, just right on the black on the inside fastball. The ump's going to give him that call. That's unfortunate, but now it is a 1-2 count to Varsho. Come on, Varsho. We need a big hit here. Here's Chapman on the pitch. That one is going to be popped up and just got under it. So Chapman is now 2 for 2 in winning these battles at the plate. So now we are down to our final out of this game. Chapman is staying in the game, it seems, against Ernie Clement. Clement is our last hope this game to keep us alive. Will he be able to find one and get a hit off of Aroldis Chapman? Because right now it seems like we cannot touch the power arm from Cuba. There's Chapman, and that one's going to be popped up, and that's going to be the end of the game. So Chapman comes in with the guy on base and does his job. He shuts us down. That is very unfortunate that we were not able to get anything going there. We've had some guys on the last few games, and we just have not been able to drive them in. We're having a hard time getting some hits now with runners in scoring position, so that's starting to be kind of concerning. So looking at the lineup now, Andres Jimenez is batting .268. Bo Bichette not doing great. Vladdy not doing the best either. Santander is continuing his tear now with 8 homers. Wow. So our lineup is doing okay. Some guys are not doing really good. The pitching is still not looking good at all. The pitching is actually really concerning me. Do not like what I'm seeing from all of the starting pitchers. The starting pitchers just seem to have way too high of an ERA, and right now we are 19th in the league in batting average, and we are 24th in ERA. So the batting average is low, and the ERA is very high. So not liking what we're seeing so far, as we are going to pick up another loss to the Red Sox there, another loss to Cleveland, and that's going to be a win finally against the Guardians. So yeah, not doing too well. Here's Stephen McDaniel again. I'm really liking his power and his fielding. A catcher that can hit that well and has good fielding, that's a very good prospect catcher. Like, that is a potential all-star right there if he has that power. But Rodrigo Minso is our #1 ranked player, and the MLB has him at 44. So that's something to keep in mind, as well as Jose Ortiz. He is not even on the draft board, and we have him ranked #4. So our scouts doing a really good job in discovery there, finding Jose Ortiz. So there's definitely some starting pitching options here at the top of the draft that look very intriguing. So that's probably what I would want to prioritize for this draft, is starting pitching. I want to get a starter probably with our first round pick for sure. Go one of these high leverage starters and build our rotation around them for the future. I think starting pitching for the Blue Jays is really the key to getting this franchise back on track, because at the end of the day, if you can't pitch, then nothing is going to matter in the end. So there's Kevin Arms as well. He looks like a really solid starting pitcher, as we have him ranked 5th. So there's just a lot of guys here in this early clump of first round potential picks that look really good, especially at starting pitchers. So it's looking like we're going to have some options, even if we do, pick him like 4th or 5th or something like that. So I'm not mad at the options we have. I actually am pleasantly surprised by the amount of pitchers. Lyle Schaefer, the left fielder, also looks half decent. So I think we're going to have some really good options when it comes to prospects. But anyway, guys, try to keep this video a little bit more short and concise for the first one. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. And I'm going to keep pumping these videos out for you guys. It's going to be having really a lot of fun with them. So should be a fun time keeping them coming. Going to have another Cowboys on the road to the show out soon. But anyway, guys, hope you loved the video. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.